this Tuesday takes a look at the American League. We'll have fun with that. Who do we like also as far as the World Series is concerned? Alana's got a Rizzo report. Bob Costas today. I'll look back at the great Tommy Davis. Lots happening on a busy day. High heat on this Tuesday. Next 60 starts now.
Crazy! Wake up! Will you please? What is he, Babe Ruth? Are you serious? Yes, indeed! Oh, come on, it's baseball. Gee whiz.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to High Heat. Nice to have you with us on this Tuesday program. On this 5th day of April 2022. Lots going on with all sports right now. Great comeback, Kansas. Looks like Tiger's going to play the Masters and obviously the baseball as we look forward to it here as far as Thursday is concerned with Chris Bonetti today. Dan Cumiani today. His Arizona team folded like a cheap suit as far as the tourney is concerned. Alana here momentarily as we get you home here as far as our busy baseball day goes. Let's start. We did yesterday the NL storylines for the year. Let's do the American League storylines of the year, and it's a balanced league. The NL's got a lot of teams with not a whole heck of a lot of hope to begin the year as far as being a postseason contender. Pirates, Reds, teams like that. The Diamondbacks, Rockies. American League not as many. So from that standpoint, you're better off. Oakland obviously is not going to make the playoffs. Baltimore is still a long, long way off to making the playoffs. I mean, Kansas City brings Bobby Witt in, but I mean, does anybody think the Royals, who last year won in the mid-70s, they're going to jump to 90? They're probably not going to make the playoffs. And I don't like what the Indians, what they really didn't do. Yes, Francona, and they can pitch a little bit, but not a lot going on with the Guardians. I apologize. So from that standpoint, those four I would throw out. But everybody else in the American League's got a fighting chance, and especially if you look at the American League East, that's a heck of a division. All four teams are competitive. The Red Sox need some pitching, but the Red Sox score, they can hit. The Yankees are the Yankees, and they need pitching, I think, too. But, and they line up a little right-handed, but with Stanton and Judge, and I know I go crazy in the Yankees year in and year out, which gets me in trouble, but Donaldson, shortstop, can field. Torres maybe a little better. Rizzo still sitting there. LeMahieu. I like the Yankees. They'll be in the mix. You know that. Toronto, that's everybody's favorite flavor of the month. I got to see more. A little bullseye on their back. They're young. They're arrogant. Nothing really bothers them. And they have a pretty well-balanced team. 91 wins last year. But again, expectations, let's see how they handle that. And, of course, the Rays are the Rays, despite the trade of Austin Meadows. White Sox, Lance Lynn's an injury here. We got to keep an eye on. But the White Sox are the White Sox. You got to figure with their offense, they should be in the mix to win the division. This is not a good division. Twins and Tigers. Twins don't have a lot of pitching. They improved their team offensively, but they can't pitch. The Tigers have a little bit of everything, and they make the trade today. So those two teams should be around 500, you would think, in the American League Central. And then I think the intriguing teams are in the NL and the American League West. Houston's still Houston. I got to see them not win before I'm going to pick them to not win. And then the Angels in Seattle. Texas should be a little better. And there's something I'll have hope if you're a Ranger fan. That's why they put them in the original four, because, of course, Texas brings Simeon in there with Siga. So I'm going to leave Texas out of that Baltimore scenario with Oakland. But, I mean, they're not making the playoffs. They can't pitch. But, I mean, listen, the scenario with the Angels in Seattle is very interesting. Seattle, 90 wins last year. They probably are not going to win all those one-run games like they did a year ago. But the kid made the team out of spring training, which is great to see. They bring Robbie Ray in. They make the trade with Cincinnati. A lot of juice with the Mariners. And, of course, the Angels with Ohtani, Trout, Rendon, Syndergaard. There's a nucleus there. It's top-heavy. The first baseman's good, but there's a nucleus there of having a pretty good team. So the Angels are a very interesting team to me. Seattle's trendy like Toronto, but in the American League here to get to the 6 spots, you're going to have to be pretty good. I mean, you got the Yankees, Tampa, Toronto, and Boston. You certainly have the Angels in Seattle, and then you got the divisional scenarios too. So you got about 10 teams for the 6 spots. If you look at, say, 3 in the American League West, at least the White Sox, maybe another one, and then a 4, of course, in the American League East. So you're in a situation there where it could be interesting. Now, you know what I'm going to do? Just to bother everybody, I'll take the Yankees to win the American League East. I would like to go against the White Sox because I do not like their pitching. Their bullpen's overrated, but I don't know where I'm going to go if I don't take them to win the American League Central. I got to say, Detroit had a good second. They were 68 and 61, but still I'm not ready. Minnesota's got Sonny Gray and who knows who else, leading that rotation. That's major problems there. And Seattle's trendy. The Angels still are, a little top heavy. So, I mean, you got to take the Yankees to win the division. I'll take them 1. I'll take the White Sox 2. And I'll take Houston 3 based on what I just said with Seattle and the Angels, which leaves a wild chase for the 3 wild card spots. I got to take 2 of those teams out of the American League East. And so I'll take the Rays. I'm sorry, I don't like the Rays. I'll take the Jays, and I'll take the Red Sox. Cora, they can hit. They make a move. I don't like their pitching. Maybe Sale's second half. But I'll take the Toronto and Boston to be the wild card teams out of the American League East. And I'll take the Angels, and I'm throwing darts at a dartboard. But I'll take the Angels to get out of, to make the playoffs. First time in eons, I'll take the Angels. So the Yankees, White Sox, Houston, Angels, Red Sox, and Blue Jays to make the playoffs. The 2 big The 2 big omissions would be the Rays down in Tampa. 90.5 is way too high with their over/under. By the way, one of these years, these bullpen arms are not going to be that great, and their offense is going to catch up to them. And Seattle, trendy makes me nervous. Everybody's loving them. Last year they won all these close games. Not going to do that again. I'll go down on Seattle, down on Tampa in the American League. Yankees, White Sox, Houston. Until Houston loses, I'm picking them. Simple as that. I'll give you a World Series team as well, a World Series selections a little later on in our program today. Let's listen to Miss Rizzo. She's been all over this with picks. I'm sure she'll be anti-Yankee as she joins us now. Alana, take it away. What do you have for me? Go ahead.
That is not true. I actually picked the Yankees to make the postseason as a wild card team, but I am not anti-Yankee. I actually picked the Toronto Blue Jays to win the AL East over the Yankees simply because I think the Toronto Blue Jays have a stronger starting rotation than the Yankees do, but I do think the Yankees lineup is incredibly good, as is the Toronto Blue Jays lineup. So I like the rotation for the Blue Jays. I like Ryu, I like Barrios, I like Gossman, I like Alex Manoah, I like Kikuchi. I like those guys in the starting rotation. At least they have, I think, 5 solid arms that can go. The Yankees, I think, need some pitching. Not to say that they won't get a frontline starter at the deadline in July. They certainly can to complement Garrett Cole and some of the other starters in that rotation. I just think Toronto right now has better pitching than the Yankees. I think the lineup, though, very comparable between those 2 clubs. So as far as the AL East is concerned, I'm picking Toronto. I know you say that they're trendy, but I like what they've done as far as that's concerned. With Gossman in terms of the addition, I know they lost Robbie Ray, but Robbie Ray does go to the Mariners. They're also one of my wild card teams, the Mariners are. So the AL East is Toronto. The AL Central, you would be hard-pressed to think that the title doesn't at least have to go through the White Sox again as far as that Central Division is concerned. They've added a couple of guys, of course, an A.J. Pollock, which is a right-handed bat. I think they probably could have used more of a left-handed bat, but I like what A.J. does defensively in the outfield. I like the fact that they have a pretty decent rotation. I know you're not necessarily sold with them, but I do like Lucas Giolito. Lance Lynn, of course, is on the IL now. Dylan Cease is good. They're going to get, Kopech is good. I believe Dallas Keuchel will have a better year, kind of a comeback year from where he was last year. So I love their lineup, and I like their rotation. And now Craig Kimbrell's gone, but I think that kind of alleviates any sort of who is the closer here for the Chicago White Sox. Plus, I love Tony La Russa in that dugout. They're a championship caliber team. You'd be hard pressed to see anyone else in the Central. I do like what the Tigers have done, though, and I actually had a hard time picking in this AL Central because I do think the Tigers have made some really nice additions. Of course, they have Javi Baez. They now have Austin Meadows. They have Tucker Barnhart, who came over from the Cincinnati Reds. They have some pieces there that I like, and of course, Akil Baddoo in his second year. Miguel Cabrera, is he going to be healthy? Future Hall of Famer, very likely for Miguel Cabrera. So I think in the American League, and we were talking about this in our production meeting earlier today, it is harder, in my opinion, to pick American League teams because I think there's more that have a possibility to go even via the wild card than there is in the National League. Okay, so AL East, Toronto, AL Central, I have the White Sox. AL West, I have the Houston Astros just because they have that championship pedigree. I am well aware that they lost Carlos Correa. I am well aware that they lost Zach Greinke back to the Royals, but they do have a healthy Justin Verlander. We hope that Lance McCullers Jr. can get healthy and get back, but their lineup is an experienced one, up and down, all the way up and down that lineup. Plus they have Framber Valdez and Jose Urquidy and Luis Garcia that have another year under their belt. So that experience is there. I like Houston to win the division. As far as the wild card is concerned, I love Seattle this year. I do. It's been a long time coming for this group to get into the postseason. I like what they did, so I'm going to go Mariners get in with the wild card. The Angels, I think if there's any year that the Angels are going to get into the postseason, it has to be this one, right? You have obviously Shohei Ohtani, which I know he's a two-way player. You have Shohei Ohtani, obviously, at the top of that rotation. You have Noah Syndergaard, who gives them a boost, a frontline starter when healthy. He hasn't pitched a lot in the last 2 years, so which Noah Syndergaard are we going to be getting? I like the lefty and Patrick Sandoval. Michael Lorenzen's in there. Jose Suarez, Jaime Barria, Reed Detmers. I mean, these are guys, again, they're going with the six-man rotation because of the unique player that Ohtani is. But if they're going to have a postseason run, I truly feel that 2022 is it, because you need Mike Trout to stay healthy and on the field. You need Anthony Rendon to be healthy. They got rid of Justin Upton, which is a curious thing for me because you're paying him the $28 million anyway. You're trying to tell me that Justin Upton can't help the team in some capacity, so there has to be something going on there in order for them just to get rid of a guy and still have to pay his $28 million salary. But I'm going to pick the Angels to make the postseason in the wild card, and I am going to pick the Yankees as well to make this postseason via the wild card route because I do think Toronto wins the division.
All right, so no Rays.
That means I'm leaving the Rays out, and that means I'm leaving the Red Sox out, which is tough to do. I mean, I did have to think about this. There's a lot of teams in the American League that can make the postseason, meaning you're going to have to win your division if you really want a chance, and you're going to have to play really well because I think there's stronger teams in the junior circuit this year than there are in the senior circuit this year. I think more teams can make it in the AL than have a chance to make it in the NL.
Well, we had 7 teams that don't have a chance in the National League yesterday. We put 4 in that category, maybe Texas. So 5 in that category in the American League. So I'm with you 100%. Good job there, Alana. Back with the Rizzo Report momentarily. We'll talk about Costas. He is next. He joined us here on High Heat on this Tuesday before opening day. Come on back.
High Heat is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Every time.
You think she's still awake?
Don't worry.
The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
$1,500 lease cash available on 30-month 2022 RX lease programs.
Of course you've seen underwear that fits like this, but never for bladder leaks. New Always Discreet Boutique Black. I feel protected all day, and it fits so discreet, you'd never know they're for bladder leaks. Always Discreet Boutique.
We believe there's an innovator in all of us. That's why we build technology that helps everyone come to the table and do more incredible things.
You guys ever try one of these bars and never right Twix? Why? Our special cookie is cascaded with caramel and cloaked in chocolate. Never wondered?
Try both. Pick a side. Twix.
This is Vuity, the first and only FDA-approved eye drop that improves... age-related blurry near vision.
Wait, what? It sounded like you just said an eye drop that may help you see up close.
I did. It's an innovative way.
So wait, I don't always have to wear reading glasses?
Really? Really. Vuity's a prescription eye drop to help you see up close.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
See for yourself. Use Vuity with caution in night driving and hazardous activities in poor light. Also, if your vision is not clear, do not drive or use machinery. Contact your doctor immediately if you have sudden vision loss. Most common side effects are headache and eye redness. Ask your eye doctor about Vuity and see for yourself. Learn how to sign up and save at mybeautypoints.com.
LV Network. There's something about a park. The swings, the slides, the dogs. You can throw your food and wear it proudly. It's where showing off is encouraged, even if it doesn't always work out.
So, you in?
It is showtime!
MLB Central, starring D-Row, Lauren, and Proflo, live.
Yeah, now, man.
With baseball's latest buzz and breakdowns, and daily guests from all around the horn. Returns Thursday, 9 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Tonight on MLB Network, see how the offseason changed the balance of power for 2022 and get your first look at how teams stack up heading into the new season. MLB Tonight's NL Preview Show, tonight at 7 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Passing yesterday, and it was sad news of Tommy Davis. He, of course, longtime Dodger, played for a lot of teams. From Brooklyn, Jackie Robinson convinced him to sign with the Dodgers instead of the Yankees back in the late 50s, early 60s, and really had some very, very good seasons. I mean, if you look at the 1962 season with the right-hand hitter Davis, I mean, this is one of the great years, and he didn't win an MVP. He hit 346, he led the league in inning. He had 230 hits, which also led the league, 27 homers and 153 RBIs, plus 120 runs scored. I mean, that is one of the great years. Now, Maury Wills won the MVP that year for the Dodgers because he had 104 stolen bases, and he led the league in runs. And Willie Mays was second in the MVP vote. He hit 49 home runs, and the he was very good in the World Series. He was 6 for 11 in the World Series. He had 2 triples. I looked it up today. He had a base hit in the bottom of the first inning of Game 3 for Drysdale and beat the Yankees 1-0. So, I mean, he had an